Hello guys, welcome to my channel, or welcome back. So, we are gathering 3 demons, okay? With messages for the collective. Okay, so let's reveal these boys. We have Bathin, we have Bathin. We have Beals, Belial. And we have Alosis. So let's see what messages they have for us, okay? Let's start off with the triple G deck. That's what I call it, because that's literally what it is. All right, so let me adjust myself. I'm going to have to put down my microphone because I literally don't have a place to set it. So while I'm shuffling the cards, I'm just going to put it on the ground. So that's just how it's going to be. I'm just letting you guys know. Okay. So let's start off with what you guys need to know at this current point in time as a collective. What do demons want to put? Okay, so I feel like generally speaking for the collective, coming from all the demons, you guys are perhaps going through some type of awakening of some sort, or just gaining some type of knowledge, obviously with the cosmic knowledge card. And this awakening of knowledge requires you to be a little patient. You know what I mean? Awakenings are long. It's not like just this quick thing, okay? Awakenings can last months. And at this current point in time, the demons are asking you to be patient with this awakening, and also take time to understand what ignites your flame, why you are the flame in your life, what you are here to do, what drives you to be on this earth, what you're passionate about. Maybe within your passions, you can find your reason of existence, because your soul has given you a blueprint of the life that you are currently living right now. And all the things that you have loved as a child, and even now, those things that bring you joy and passion to your life, all those things are a part of your blueprint in some way, shape, or form. So it's time to look a little bit deeper into that. Also look deeper into your personality and who you are as a person, generally speaking, right? You want to start performing shadow work. And a misconception about shadow work is people think it's you have to go to the altar. It's no, you don't. I'm pretty sure one of the most effective ways to do shadow work is to search up shadow work prompts online. That's usually what I do. You know what I mean? I have a book that I got. I don't have it nearby, so I can't get it. But I don't remember what it's called. Yeah, I don't remember what it's called because I actually haven't I haven't been actually jotting down in it for a good minute. But I got myself a shadow work book online. You know what I mean? For just my experience growing up as a black little girl in America, you know what I mean? I got myself a shadow work book so I could work on some of the traumas that I received throughout my childhood from that experience, and honestly just kind of figure out who I am, and figure out some of the things that I need to work on. Also, it just helps me kind of tune myself into my soul. Does it make sense? It just helps me tune into why I'm here. It helps me discover the reasonings behind some of the traumas that I faced and how I can fix them. I just feel you guys need to discover more about the way that you are structured, because a lot of it is divine. And a lot of it can also uncover some of the deeper gifts that are hidden within yourself, okay? But you have to be patient during these type of awakenings, because they can be very, very long, okay? So let's get into the individual messages from each demon, okay? I probably should get another deck because the deck that was supposed to actually be for Bathin, like I like used it for the collective, so like just like the shared message. So I might have to get another one, but let's just use the tarot deck instead. You know what I mean? Like I guess I'm just gonna shift them over. All right, so starting off with my tarot, I got this tarot deck when I was 14 years old. This is my first deck ever. All right. So let's see what like Bathin has to say. I have to put my microphone down, so it might be a little quiet, you know? What message does Bathin have for the collective? Why does he come to the collective with a message? What is his message? What message does Bathin have for the collective? Oh. Okay. You know, let's put that down. Okay, I don't know if I should. Let's see here. I'm about to restructure the whole entire like spread. All right, so just give me a moment. Okay, so I got everything set up. So let's get into his portion of the message. So we have the tower. The tower is destruction. Okay, it is the shaking of the world as you know it. All right, so pretty much like demolishing the world you once knew. Okay, within this time that you're experiencing right now, you're demolishing the perfect little like structure that you had once before. Like routines are coming out of line. Everything is falling apart, but it's good because all of this destruction and chaos is opening a portal to a new world, okay? It is a new world that is in your favor. It is a new world that is aligned with your soul's mission. So I feel like the world that you lived once before that, you know, you were asleep in, maybe like you just didn't have the knowledge that you're awakening to now. You were asleep in this comfortable world that you have, and now you're getting uncomfortable. Okay, everything is shaking, everything is falling apart, but this is good because, like I said, this is like welcoming in the world that is aligned with your soul. Okay, because I feel like some of you guys, you live your little normal lives and do your little normal things, and it's like the world has been just like rumbling underneath you, you know, something, you know, has to give, and it finally gave. And, you know, you're finally awakened to what you have been sleeping on. And you've been sleeping on it because, you know, like I said, you've been living your normal little lives, you know, you've been living your normal little life, do your normal little things, away from your normal little, not normal, away from your magical divine purpose. And, you know, there got to be a shakeup with that. You know, there got to be a shakeup. You're moving on. Okay. Maybe it's also just like an event has just made you realize, like, just like a really crazy event has made you realize, like, you know, I need to get on course with what's for me. Like, I need to stop following everybody else's dreams. I need to stop living this conventional life that society has set up for me, because I feel like it's like you guys get uncomfortable with having to like live the way that everybody else is living that just isn't you, but you've had to like kind of squeeze yourself into that little routine. You've had to squeeze yourself into that like structure that the world has set up for you, that the world expects you to serve. And you're finally leaving that because that just isn't a part of your divine purpose, and you know it isn't. All right, but you've had to like, you know, go silent. You've had to, you know, push out the thoughts of, you know, change. You've had to push out the desires that you really want because, you know, it's a survival thing. But I feel like when you're following your heart, when you're connected, you know, to your divine purpose with the Knight of Cups, when you're connected to who you truly are, the flame that's within, when you're connected to why you're here, when you're following what it is that you're passionate about, when you are restructuring your life to fit you and not the needs of others and the way that society expects you to be, you are pushing yourself to the next level. You are completing your soul's purpose. You are serving yourself. You're serving your soul. Okay, and if you're on this channel, you know, you're probably a Satanist, okay? But like our whole entire purpose, a part of this whole entire structure of spirituality is to serve ourselves. You know, it's not really like a satanic thing to do when you're constantly bending your back, you know, fucking twisting yourself in 500 ways for other people who aren't giving back to you. You know what I mean? It just isn't. I feel like, I'm not saying that it's wrong to give, but I'm saying that like when you're giving so much and you're not getting anything back from the life that you live in service of others, like it's preventing you from getting to that next level. You know what I mean? And I feel like when you finally follow your dreams, when you finally like connect with your purpose, like you're going to gain the blessings, you're going to gain the wealth that you've been searching for. You know what I mean? The like world gives you the prosperity that you are deserving of when you are aligned with your purpose and who you're meant to be. You know, when you're playing as a different character or living somebody else's life, you're not going to align with abundance and prosperity. But when you are pushing away, the life that has been suffocating you and you're lining up with, you know, what you're here to do, you're going to welcome in the big bucks, okay? So I feel like that's what he's saying. Let's see if he has anything else to add on to his part of the message. What else does Bathan have to say? A part of his message for the collective. What else does Bathan have to say for his message for the collective? What else does Bathan have to say to the collective? So, Vepar, the clarifier card, it says resentments festering below the surface can poison your daily life. Let go of those things that no longer serve you, okay? Time to let go of the things that are suffocating you, okay? Because what is it bringing? It's bringing pain. It's bringing anger. It's bringing, you know, you're worried about chaos and destruction from your routine because it feels uncomfortable. But you know what's really destructive towards, you know, the potential of your life? What's destructive is following a life that is not serving you, following a life that brings you sadness, that suffocates you, that traps you, when you're meant to do so much more with yourself, okay? Enemies will not be able to bring you harm. They will find themselves destroyed by the fire of wars. So I feel like it's referencing your guides. Also, like I'm hearing an ear ringing noise. I don't know if it's coming from the TV downstairs. It might be, but like maybe it's just like, maybe it's like you gain a lot of messages through your ear, left ear. Like I feel like through your left ear, like a lot of messages come in. But anyways, sorry, that was kind of off topic. You will not be suffocated by other people who expect you to live the way that they're living, live that suffocating life that they're enjoying. You know what I mean? Like you can free yourself. You don't have to suffer with others, okay? I feel like you guys are so used to doing that. You don't have to do that. The new world is calling to you, so answer the call and leave behind the comfortability that it was bringing you, because that comfortability was just suffocation, you know? Like it's a slow death is all. It's time to serve your purpose, serve your order, your world order. Okay, time to step into your world order. I feel like you guys are meant to awaken the masses. You're meant to teach. You're meant to spread the flame throughout the world, to illuminate the truth, to give people the knowledge that they seek, that they need to live a fulfilling spiritual life. I feel like that's what you guys are here to do, okay? Let's get into Belial. Let's get into his portion of the message, okay? So, I guess I don't even know how I should structure this. Probably gonna move these cards over here. Okay, so What does he have to say to the collective? We're going to use the Mystic Sisters deck. What message does Belial have for the collective? What message does Belial have for the collective? Okay, so like I said, like you guys are meant to illuminate, especially with the Brigitte card, you know what I mean? With the flame, the fire, like you're meant to spread your passion around the world. Like I feel like with your passions, you can awaken other people. You know what I mean? You can send your spiritual messages through the things that you create, okay? Especially with also just like witches brew. Like you guys, I feel like the way that you give your knowledge is honestly through like spell casting. You know what I mean? Like your knowledge is inescapable. And I also feel like you guys are a master witch of some sort. Like you guys have mastered your craft, whether that be like a whether that be an artistic craft or like just your witchcraft. You know what I mean? Like you guys are very powerful witches, okay? Your spells they work almost instantaneous, all right? Because that is just how, you know, that's how much power that's how much power you are carrying from your past lives. That is the flame that is within you. But I feel like I said, like, I don't know if I said this at the beginning, but like I feel like, you know, you've been living this like normal life. And like you're living a life that just isn't serving the higher power that's within you, you know, the God that's within you. It's snuffing the flame. And so when you're snuffing the flame, like you're snuffing your gifts, you're snuffing your witchcraft, your spiritual power. And within this awakening, like you're learning to reignite that flame. And I feel like your voice is very important. All right, Raven Goddess, there's a lot of like insight that you gain from, you know, the spirits, your spiritual team. You're also just like really connected with the other side of the world. You know what I mean? Like even then, like this is an awakening. So obviously the veil between, you know, the spiritual world and, you know, this 3D physical world is very thin for you. There's an emphasis on just doing what you love. Like connecting with that master power, which is love. I emphasize that in a lot of my readings, but a lot of people forget like the master power of the world is literally love. And everything that you should do should be with love first and foremost, right? So it's time to connect with that master power. Okay, it's time to connect with what you love and awaken to the magic that's within that, okay? Because there's magic in what you love. It's the blueprint for why you're here. So yeah, you have a lot of messages coming in through meditation, through sleep, out in nature, through, you know, familiars. There's familiars that are protecting you, whether they're like bird-like in a way. You have a lot of familiars that, you know, yeah, I'm like sensing probably multiple familiars that are giving you insight into what you should do next. Don't be confused. I felt like, you know, my most recent awakening, like I got kind of confused at one point. I was like, okay, what do we do now? This is what to do now. It's to lock in on your passions, lock in on, you know, your talents, your creativity. And I'm not telling you to like sit up here and like give up your day job and just like become an artist full time or something like that. Like that's crazy. Like calm down. But I'm saying to give it more time, to actually make an effort towards letting it grow, letting it spread throughout the world. Like letting it be illuminated, letting it be seen, your talents, your gifts. And one of those gifts also might just be like your craft, your witchcraft. Maybe with the raven goddess, it's like you're meant to give messages. Like I said, like I feel like the messages were through like spells, maybe through singing, because I feel like singing can be a type of spell work. It is. I mean, you're rhyming. So I feel like through your work, through your art, through your passions, you are putting your spells into that, and your spells are awakening people. All right. I kind of feel like that's what he's saying. Okay, let's get into, Alosis. Okay, let's get into his message. So I'm going to readjust, and I'm going to pull his cards, and then we're going to get into what he has to say. All right, so I pulled out Alosis cards. So he gives you She Sleeps with the Stars, Her Little Cauldron, She's Moonlight Shy, and The Dance of Water. So there's messages obviously coming in through your dreams, within your sleep. Like I said, left ear. These messages are coming through that channel, all right? Through the sleep, through the dreams, okay? Through the feet. Sorry, I'm playing around. All right, there's messages that are coming in while you're asleep. While you asleep, there's messages coming in within your dreams. Okay, so keep note of your dreams. Okay, because they're also like reflective of the things that have happened in your life, and the dreams that you will be seeing very soon, or maybe have been seeing, are reflecting why you're here, why you've come to this planet, what you're here to do. I'm pretty sure I explained a lot of that, but there is an in-depth, very specific, purpose that I can't tap into because it is yours. Okay, so whatever you are seeing within these dreams, they're showing you what you're here to do, and you need to follow the path of those messages. Her Little Cauldron. So yeah, I feel like you guys have a very powerful influence over this world. I feel like, in the future, or maybe even now. Let's not say in the future. I say now. I imagine you guys in a castle overlooking a village. You got a big cauldron, right? You got a big pot, and you're doing your spells and you're casting them over the whole entire village. You know what I mean? But your tower is towering over that village. I feel like you guys, the words that you are going to say are going to shake things up. Okay, it's going to change the way things are. You guys are scared with She is Moonlight Shy. You're scared to go down this path because awakenings are scary, and it removes you from what what you've become comfortable with, what you've been dealing with, for all this time. What's your normal? It removes you from that. And, Alosis is telling you, don't be scared. Don't be scared. Okay, stop holding yourself back from the portal that's open right now, because this portal only happens once. It's only happening once, and that one time is right now. Okay? So if you're not going to, step into it, the universe it's going to continue ripping down that tower, and you're going to fly out of it, and you're going to be forced into the portal either way. So just don't resist. Don't resist, and don't be afraid, because this is meant to happen. Okay? The Dance of Water. So there's a lot about emotions and the heart in this reading, especially since we have Knight of Cups, Aphrodite, and the Dance of Water. Okay? Water element, generally speaking, is very significant to you. Maybe you guys have been called crybabies, or you're just a really emotional person, and you feel that it's unfair how you see that people in this world, they don't get as mad as you, or they don't get as sad as you, or people just don't feel what you feel. You are an empath. You're meant to have these emotions. Okay, these emotions help you heal others. Okay, these emotions also navigate you through life. When you're deeply intertwined and connected with your emotions, you're connected with your intuition. Okay, your intuition is such a strong gift, which makes you a psychic. All right, so start using your psychic gifts to your advantage. Okay, that could bring a lot of money, especially since we have the Six of Pentacles. All right, the universe bestowing you abundance and money and prosperity all at once. Okay, so use your psychic gifts to your advantage, and understand that you have them, and let your emotions guide you through this awakening, and stop fearing them, and stop pushing them away, okay? Like, you're not, it's not bad to be a crybaby. It just isn't, okay? That's something that you should be thankful that you are, okay? Let's finish this off with like a few more like, you know, Demon of the Day cards. And yeah, we're gonna wrap this up, okay? So let me shuffle. And what are the messages do these three demons have for the collective? What are the messages do these three demons have for the collective? What other messages do these demons have for the collective? Okay. Oops. This is so confirming. Like, all three of these cards I just pulled, okay? Connecting with animals can lead to a positive transformation, all right? It can also lead to unexpected knowledge of self. So, like I said, guys, like, you have familiars surrounding you. Maybe, like, a physical familiar is coming to you very soon, okay? Like, I'm thinking about a bird, okay? Especially since we have Raven Goddess, like, a physical bird is probably coming to you. But, you know, it could be anything, honestly. Maybe a lizard. I know that's unconventional. A snake. You know what I mean? Something that's unconventional, like just weird. You know, like I don't really consider like little reptiles to be weird and stuff like that, but like something that just really isn't like a normal pet. Like I feel like it might be coming to you and you guys are gonna, you know, a bond. Focus your efforts on arts and crafts. What do you enjoy creating with your hands, okay? Like I said, you guys' passions, your creativity is very important to this world, okay? Keep focusing on it because it's going to bring in more wealth. It's a part of your divine purpose. It's why you're here. Like, what do you enjoy? What's your passions? What's your hobbies? Okay, they all are yours for a reason. Okay, a promotion or advancement will bring wealth. Reconsider your previous choices. What appeared worthless is actually gold. Okay, so prosperity, abundance coming in with this awakening. Okay, it seems dark, it seems grim right now. Okay, this is intense. This is a lot for you, but this is all meant to happen. This is all divine, and don't resist. Don't resist. Okay, so that is your messages. Those are your messages from these three demons, okay? Thank you guys for watching this video, okay? Thank you demons for joining me and giving these messages because I appreciate it a lot, okay? If you enjoy this, comment down below if it resonated. Like this video, subscribe, and donate to my throne wish list and get me a new deck because I like getting new decks and using them on the channel. All right, I'll see you very soon. Take care and goodbye.